Welcome everyone to the channel, Michelle.
Hi everyone, how are you doing? I welcome you to our channel. Well, this is actually Love Lou's channel, but
Can you do it like me?
Hey, welcome to my channel. This is Love Lou, this is Jeffrey, and I'm Michelle, and welcome to our live stream. Today, we are going to talk about our expectations, but this time, we're going to focus our efforts on Jeffrey. You might have seen our live stream from a couple of nights ago where Lou and I talked about our expectations for each other. And today we're going to talk about our expectations for Jeffrey and vice versa, what his expectations were of us and what ours were of him. So hopefully this will be a really fun conversation. I was a little mind blown. I don't know about Love or Jeffrey, but
mildly disappointed, but
hopefully it'll be nothing but excitement from here on out. So without further ado,
the one you all came for, Luann.
Well, I want to say, first of all, Jeffrey has his own channel, so I did have some expectations of Jeffrey, and I will also say Jeffrey still has time to redeem himself on his first impression.
It's been like this all day, guys, just so you know.
Just back and forth, the constant battle.
Yeah. The fight for power. Who's in charge of who? Lou's sitting closer to the camera so she can be in charge, you know.
If you notice, I'm also staking claims on Michelle. She's still.
Hello, everyone. I see you. I see you, Christina, and Sheila, and Jess, and Queen. Hi.
Hey, guys.
Welcome.
I know all of y'all.
Me too.
Do you guys know
I don't know
Jeffrey?
Christina.
How about none of us are in charge? Yeah, Jeffrey. None of us are in charge.
Okay, it can be a democracy. Don't really believe in all that.
Hello, Jennifer.
Oh, it's actually Queen. Yeah.
All right, just
Queen
tell us what to
pulling
do.
the bossy card again.
Yeah. Is that a pretty common thing?
Oh, it's a common thing with Miss Queen. Oh, hey, LJ.
LJ, hey, I saw your comment. You're changing my mind, and Michelle is helping.
We're working at INTJ angle.
I watched your cake video. That was pretty funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. So, Jeffrey.
Oh, what is it called? My channel is Auto Alchemy. Auto A-U-T-O Alchemy. A-L-C-H-E-M-Y.
Better spell it right.
Yeah, I better do that or I'm going to be in big trouble, huh?
Alchemy. This keyboard is hard to type on.
Kevin, this is my friend Michelle Wilson.
Hi.
She has her own channel. You can find her at Michelle Wilson, but I will also link it in the description after this live stream. And then this is Jeffrey, and Michelle just typed in his channel name.
Looks like I might need to change my channel name to Jeffrey ENTP. I think I might get a lot of mileage out of that one.
Probably. You gotta
Maybe a lot more
capitalize on that ENTP title. People love ENTP.
Yeah, people eat it up when you just tell them exactly what they're coming for. Hi, Kevin. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
So, Jeffrey, let's talk about, this is the first time, Jeffrey and Michelle have actually been friends for a longer time than any of us.
I'm not super surprised.
No, I feel like it's pretty much exactly what I expected. Except you're taller.
Except for, there are a few physical things.
Well over 6 feet. Okay? He came on the door and was looming over us. And I was like, whoa.
What did they say about me there? I'm so blind.
What is this? An NI user produced an idea for an anytime.
Wait, how does a puppet master do the strings? I don't know. But yeah, that's me. That would make me in charge, right?
That's right.
But yeah, continue on.
So Michelle, I'm not super surprised by. In fact, I feel like I've hung out with you before just on the basis of, I guess I'm a little surprised by a few things about you. I think primarily the continuity of who you are on camera and off camera. It's you're pretty consistent. I feel like I'm a very different person. I don't know that you are, but I don't know. Yeah.
Do you think you're different on camera?
Do you think I'm different?
Yeah.
Actually, yes. Even
I
when the
think
camera
I'm
turned
definitely
on,
different.
he was different. Actually, that's a good
With even here?
No,
I
when
disagree.
Oh.
when you guys were making your video together, I could watch you like doing the same kind of things that you do on your channel.
Oh,
But you didn't do
But
like when we were talking one-on-one. Or
I thought
1-on-2.
when we were talking, even the two of us and then the three of us on camera, I thought you weren't the same as when you're on camera yourself. My nose
That's
is itchy.
definitely
Why
true.
is my nose so itchy?
If we all do it, she won't feel as self-conscious about it. I think you guys are gonna have to read the comments to me because I'm a blind old man. So if anybody says my name,
Well, the light
slide
is
into
like
my
right
DMs.
behind.
Everything proves I'm in charge.
Yeah, everything proves that Lou is in charge. Surprise Lou rather than Love Lou. That should be your channel name.
I live for surprises. People that can surprise me. Let me just tell you the story of when Michelle and I, when I decided Michelle was worth looking into. So we've been friends in my comments for quite a long time, for months that we've been chatting back and forth in the comments. And one day she made a sassy, mildly, well, she made fun of me.
I made fun of you for how you were looking at Nathan.
Ouch, that hurts. I'm intrigued. So yeah, we became friends. I live for people that can surprise me.
So
and if
basically,
you guys want to like grab her attention, you should insult her. It's
yes,
like
exactly.
the number one way.
But you have to be smart about it because otherwise I'll just think you're a hater fan.
Oh, hey, Aaron. I know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron's our fellow writer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it says something. What was the insult? Okay, so I don't know if you guys have seen the video of Love Lou with Nathan, but she is like this the entire time.
And he kind of has like this, like, don't look at me kind of thing going on.
That's exactly what's happening. And I was like, man, I can even find the exact comment while we're sitting here. Might as well while you guys do.
Well, it turns out I just do that stare. Because you've mentioned it today. You were like, damn, that's intense.
Yeah, it was hard at times to talk to her.
Really?
On camera. Like, it's different if you're just interacting with a person, but when you feel the pressure of the camera and the pressure of performance, and it's like these intense eyes drilling into your soul, that's hard. It's hard.
I felt like everything flowed smoothly, which I also felt like that when Nathan and I were on camera. So
I mean, I think that it's not going to be
afterwards.
super visible from the outside, but like inside my own head, I was like, oh, I'm feeling a lot of intensity here.
It's intensity.
Somebody's seeing my soul, and it's not a pretty sight.
No one was expecting that.
No one was what? Expecting me to have intense eye contact?
Expecting me to have a soul, I think.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, guess the ENTP.
Oh, who do you think is the most introverted just by watching this? Like, what has it been? 8 minutes? Who do you think is the most introverted?
Good question. There's one letter that no one has ever guessed me. Like with introverted versus extroverted, S versus N, F versus T, and P versus the J. The only thing I've never
as an N, is that right? Sorry, I didn't mean to jump ahead.
Yeah. You think that?
The only thing people haven't guessed is her being an introvert.
Yeah,
no one's ever guessed me to be an introvert.
SFJ, NFJ, SFP.
Oh, right, and then I forgot that.
They think Michelle is the most introverted.
Ooh.
Oh, little baby Michelle.
What makes you guys think I'm the most introverted?
That's funny. That's really funny to me.
Listen, so another topic we wanted to get to today is talking about manifestation. So I thought about titling this video that because I want to talk about it and I would like to hear what you guys think about that. Michelle, do you want to lead us into that discussion?
Okay. So have you guys heard about this thing called manifestation? Basically the idea that you think it / will it into being, it sounds crazy. It sounds like something that's just so far out of reality. Like, how could you possibly think something and will it to be? Or it's just because you're thinking it that it becomes something that you do because you're planning on doing it. But I think manifestation is more than just something that you think and then you do it. Manifestation is like, hey, this would be really cool, and then someday it actually does happen, even if you don't say anything about it at all. For example, I commented on Lovelu's video and made fun of her, but the next day she posted a video about breaking out of her comfort zone, and I was like, wow, your makeup's really pretty. That's all I said. And a week later, she started commenting on my video. And all I had thought was, wow, it'd be cool if we met up and she did my makeup. Like, I had this vision of her doing my makeup. But I didn't say anything to her about that. I didn't say, like, oh my God, you should do my makeup. I just said, I really like your makeup. And then a week later, she talked to me. And then 2 months later, we decided to meet up. And a video is coming soon where she actually does do my makeup.
Well, and I think there's even more to that backstory. So I mean, in this community, people do a lot of collabs, and I've had quite a few people reach out and want to do collabs. And so I like to be pretty cautious about who I work with because I want it to be a long-term relationship. This isn't just about making videos. This is about long-term relationships. And so I'm going for something different. Like, I have a different path than a lot of, or like a different strategy than a lot of people that do videos. And so I'm very cautious about who I work with. And so Michelle and I had been friends in the comments for a really long time. I didn't even know that she made YouTube videos. And then she said that comment that got me interested, and I went to her channel to look at her videos. And I was like, well, I had someone that had posted a video of hers in my comment before. So I had seen her name, but I didn't put the 2 and 2 together. And then I went to her page and I was like, I like this girl. I like her energy. And I just started kind of binge watching. I went back to her older videos. I don't know how many I watched, but I was blowing up her comments, and the more I watched, the more I was like, okay, I think I might be able to like her. I might be able to like her. And then I just mentioned, hey, I've got my eye on you. Our channels were really small, and I was like, I don't know what we could do together, but I just thought I wanted to plant the seed that in the future we could work together. And then it worked, and she was like, hey, I just had this vision of you doing my makeup. And then it didn't, like, us working together, it just worked out so seamlessly for us working together. And yeah,
it was effortless, every piece of it.
Yeah, it feels like it just fell into place. Yeah.
Absolutely no discomfort.
And that's what I've had with Katie, working with Katie. Like, as soon as I started chatting with her, I was like, we have to meet. I feel like there is something to this manifestation. Oh, and we can talk about other instances where it's happened. So not long ago, I've never been, what is it when people bump into you from the back? Like at a red light in the car?
Oh, rear-ended.
Rear-ended, yeah.
Rear-ended. I've never been rear-ended. And I live in a very busy city where people are extremely aggressive drivers. And I was like, man, for all the years I've been driving, I've never been rear-ended.
She asked for it.
Yeah. Within a week, I was rear-ended. Seems like I put it out into the universe, and then it just came so.
Manifestation works like that. It's dirty like that. Aw, dear, I want to be invited.
What is it?
Where do you live, dear? He's going to have an MBTI YouTube party.
Say what?
I want to have one in August in Chicago. Now, how cool would that be if we all were in Chicago and had like an MBTI tube convention? Okay, I'm just saying, it will be amazing.
It'll be just like TanaCon.
It will be like, not like TanaCon, because it's going to actually happen. Okay.
Oh my God. So, hey, we've talked about this concept a couple times today. What are your thoughts on it?
On manifestation?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm kind of like slightly more on the cynical side of the street. So whenever we were talking to Tim earlier, I was definitely like willing to try to like understand his perspective a little bit more, just because I think I have a reactionary kind of tendency in my character. That being said, to be reactionary, like, there's always somebody on either side of the fence to react against. So I can also see where you guys are coming from. I guess my perspective is that there might be something sort of like mystical or magical going on, but you can't really say much about it. Like it's something that's always going to evade your words. Like you can't really capture what's happening. You can't describe what's happening. All you can say is like, look at this beautiful synchronicity thing that happened. So I'm like willing to go that far, and there probably have been moments in my life where I've like experienced the same kind of thing. I can't think of a good example off the top of my head. And you mentioned like it's not just I set the intention and now I'm acting because I set the intention. I don't really think that undermines it, even if that's true. It's like it just kind of like there are studies with the placebo effect where people like have genuine results because they believe that something is an actual.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that's completely like that's valid, and it just shows like the importance of like belief, human belief.
I think a good word for manifestation is faith. Faith that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of like what the Bible is trying to teach with the way that it teaches all its lessons, like pray and hope for these things. It's like have faith that they're going to happen and do the right thing and just feel good about who you are. It's like all teaching the same things as manifestation. The Quran, the Bible, everything. It's all teaching the same lesson.
Well, we were talking about today about how when you come at these desires from a place of need, oftentimes they won't happen. But if it's just a desire that you put out into the universe, just as a desire, I'm happy where I'm at, I'm satisfied, but this would be nice. Oftentimes that's when it happens.
Exactly. When you put that kind of expectation on it that it needs to happen, that if without it, well, if you start planning your life around things too, then it creates this sort of need for it to happen. Whereas I find that, at least for myself, when I have the thought, this would be really cool if this happened, it normally does. But if I think I need this to happen, I'm going to plan around this, etc., it doesn't work out as much. And I get much more disappointed when it doesn't work. And I get like upset with myself and I get angry and it just doesn't ever turn out as well when I have that expectation that it needs to happen.
What's fascinating to me is from what I've always understood about people who are into manifestation, I always thought the expectation was like a big part of it. So this is like a very fresh take from my perspective.
I think that it's one thing to act like it's going to happen and another thing to expect it to happen. So acting like it's going to happen is, you're just doing things with this kind of like, hey, I'm going to try to get this to happen and it'll be really cool if it happens. But when you act as if you expect it to happen, you plan everything around it, and then there's going to be something that falls through.
Just like weight loss. If I buy clothes for 10 pounds less, I never hit that 10 pounds less. I mean, I feel like that both of us have lost weight in our lives, and we both ended up losing weight when we became satisfied and happy with where we were at. And then it became easy to lose weight.
Anytime I went on a diet, I usually gained weight.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Diets are a great example of what can happen with the negative side of manifestation. I don't think for everyone. I think there are people that diets work out for, but it's all about how you view the diet and how you use.
Oh, we can do it. Car. Listen, my husband preaches this to me all the time. He says, what you resist persists. So if someone's mad at me and I want to react and I want to manage the situation, or I want to micromanage the situation, or I want to deal with the situation, he always says, what you resist persists. Go for what you want. And he did this experiment with me. Here you go, Michelle. I'll show y'all. This is brilliant. I've wanted him to do this with me forever. You just have to sit still and we're going to move the camera.
Okay.
Hey, car. Do you want to peek out and make sure I'm doing this right? Okay. Let's make sure we got the camera right. I need you to turn your chair this way. Now, give me your arm. Make him stiff. When I'm pushing against you, your chair moves back. Now, do the same thing and I'm going to push against you, but leave your arms length. Don't resist at all.
Okay.
Don't resist. Yeah, you're still resisting. There you go. See, now I fall. So if you don't resist, the other person falls. The situation just goes away. And you're not falling over. But if you're resisting,
you just
fall
move with
over.
it like water.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That's cool.
That's a good
Did I
analogy.
explain it right, babe?
That's a great analogy.
I'm trying to jump.
She is stylish. Like, she wears great clothes. Were you nervous as I was, Queen? I was like, I'm falling backwards.
But yeah, that's so true. If you just don't resist the situation, which is same with the weight loss, just don't resist it. Go for what you want.
Exactly.
Just trying to trick Car to get on camera. He's watching this.
We have tried a couple times. It would be so nice if Car came on the
Was he what you
channel.
were expecting, Car?
He is actually quite a bit different.
Really?
What were you
I mean,
expecting?
not exceedingly different, but I don't know. He's quieter than I expected. I knew that he would be pretty introverted, but I didn't quite realize how much.
And he's interacted with you a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has
yeah.
right away.
Yeah,
He was talking to you more than he talked to me the
I'm
first day.
honored. Yeah, maybe you just kind of like warmed him up for.
So I'm
further
surprised
interaction.
that you think that he was that introverted. If he had been,
Because he was already
That's-
giving me a lot. Yeah.
What's his type?
INTP. So, but what else?
Just in general.
Yeah,
For the
like
both
what were you
for
not
everybody.
What were your expectations for
of Car that were
or Car?
Oh, of everyone.
different pages?
Yeah, go
We're
ahead.
all on
Different
pages.
strokes.
I don't know.
They're different.
I try not to have too many expectations, to be honest. That way I can
Be pleasantly
manifest and be
surprised.
pleasantly surprised. I do think you already said this in your video with Lou, just the two of you, but I did maybe expect you to be like a little more like bossy, like pushing me around, which, you know, it's okay.
Her face when you say that.
Did you want me to be boss here? I've got it.
No. I'm completely happy with the way things are going.
She'll gladly push you around.
No. This is something I'm happy with. But
will you love me even if I get comfortable enough with you to boss you around?
only if you will love me if I say, I don't like this particular moment of bossiness.
Okay.
I can handle it as long as like you can have an open conversation about the bossiness.
We're good.
That's fine. Yeah.
She can deal with you telling her no.
Okay. That's all I need.
She might push back.
Well, that's too much. That's too far.
Have I
All of
convinced
that.
you of ESTP yet, Michelle?
So here's what we were kind of talking earlier, is that I think she's a different type in MBTI as she is in Socionics. In Socionics, 100%, she's an SEE. But in MBTI, I do think ESTP.
What do you think, Jeffrey?
I don't know enough about socionics to say from that perspective, but I've always thought ESTP. I mean, when I was trying to like officially type you, it did come down between ESFP and ESTP, but I did end up just because I see a lot of that FE energy in you, but it's hard to say like, because I'm not familiar with socionics, I don't really know like what like sixth slot FE might look like as opposed to like second slot, so or third slot.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get that? I think I butchered that.
I don't know. You
Third
guys,
slot.
But yeah, I like.
their order
I don't
is
really
different.
understand like the manifestations depending on the order. So, but I see it in you. It's not missing.
It goes like
apparent to
1,
me.
2, 8, 7, so it's all
Yeah, that's
crazy.
too much for me.
But they go by blocks.
Yeah.
So there's
There's like
4
the super
blocks.
id, all that jazz.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know the specifics, but I know that much.
Yeah.
Join the EIE. So I think that's the EN Tiger. Is that the ENTJ that you're talking about?
Yeah.
I had someone on my comments on one of the recent videos that we did say that he thinks I'm an ENTJ.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
No. No.
Yeah, that's really hard to imagine being true.
The lead T is just not there. It's all lead SE. Like, you can't think she's any other type than lead SE. Doesn't matter what system you're using. Oh, interesting, Sophia. You're a 4. ENFP is not as uncommon as you would think. It's more uncommon to be a 9 ENFP, which I am, because I'm so unique.
Special and unique. Yeah.
I'm so special and unique that I'm a 9 and you're a 4. No, I'm just kidding. I gotta play to the 4 stereotypes while I have the advantage. It's actually not as uncommon as you would think, because ENFPs do have that FI, so we have that need to be unique and independent. So there's actually a few. I wouldn't say it's the most common. I mean, obviously 7 is the most common ENFP, but I have heard of quite a few 4 ENFPs. 4s and 2s and 7s.
He's a 5 ENTP.
Correct.
Which makes him a lot different than the ENTPs I've known in my life.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm the scholar.
Oh, we didn't talk about what I was expecting of you versus.
Oh, that's right. I did want to say one more thing about you now that I'm thinking of it.
Okay.
I didn't expect that I would be as comfortable around you as I am.
I feel like I've promised that to everybody.
You're just a smooth operator. It's undeniable.
Everyone's comfortable with me.
Okay, but what about me?
So because that you are a little different in person than you are on video, I've already said this to you, so please don't act interested is what I'm saying for the camera. So
don't look at my phone.
Great, perfect.
I've already heard this crap.
This is so intriguing.
Right.
This is news to me.
I can't time more. This is all wrong.
This is so interesting.
Okay, what was I saying even?
You've already said this to me.
Oh, yeah, I've already said. So on camera, you come across as kind of timid.
Right.
But in person, you guys know what I mean when I say like people like make room for themselves in conversation. Like Michelle more blends and tries to, which so do you, but like Michelle doesn't want to he elbows his way in with his like NITI wit
more
and
than me, for
and
sure.
like yeah, he makes sure he's seen and like it's more you're more masculine in person, I would say, than on camera.
I agree.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's so hard playing against a person. Like I don't know how to be on my own. I just have to pretend you guys are in the room with me and run with it every time I make a video.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Man,
we're at a lull.
So disappointing when people are like, "Look at this sweetheart, he's so soft." But if they ever met me in person, I would just be a major disappointment. Look at this
total
dick.
Total D-bag. Okay.
People love contradictions though, so
That's
they would
true.
love that.
So someone asked a question that I thought would be really interesting.
Okay.
So how does our FI clash between the types? And I think you and I have had FI clashes before.
Yeah. Do you want to start us off? I need to like.
So
process here.
He came to me and was telling me about something, and I was giving him some advice because I'm an ENFP and I give people advice unwarranted without any question for the advice. I just hand out the advice. And I gave him some very FI advice, like do what you want to do, some shit like that. So
and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. That's why I'm asking for advice.
And he's like, no. His answer was so democratic. It was like, I bet that advice would really help for an FI user.
That's what I said. Very diplomatic.
Yeah. You know what? You're very diplomatic. I would enjoy if you were a little less diplomatic sometimes.
Yeah, you can sacrifice yourself a little bit.
Sacrifice myself?
A little bit, yeah.
I think that'd be sacrificing other people if I were less diplomatic.
Well, if
you don't want to see the dragon fire come out.
I want to see the dragon fire. I'm sure you have it.
Burn them alive. Yeah, you've seen a little bit.
Ooh, what's the most interesting thing we've learned about each other?
Oh gosh.
He's 6'1".
I can tell.
That's the most interesting thing.
He's really actually pretty good at guitar.
Really good.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Better than me.
But you already knew that, right?
Yeah, you'd play some things, but I didn't know you could like finger pick and stuff. He can also, guys, rap.
That probably would be the answer.
That is the most surprising thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a surprise for you guys.
He-
Go follow
Please.
him, by the way.
Do follow me.
Because we are
don't
going to
set the-
force him to post this rap that he
He
Name.
sent me this rap. So,
I will never look at him the same ever again.
so talking with famous people, you know
No.
how you know how
No,
he's
the story. Oh yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. Go
he's
for it.
doing his type police thing, and one day Jeffrey was like, "Look at this rap I made," and I was like, "Are you black?" And not telling me. No racism involved.
And it was
It was good.
yeah, it is really good.
He sounds like he's a natural rapper.
Well, I've been doing it for a long time, like since I was like 15.
You
so.
better
It
brush
sounds
that off
like
your
you've been
shoulder
doing
there.
it for a while.
Yeah. So maybe I'll show you guys another song afterwards.
Yeah.
My friends and I, two of my friends got married like in 2015, and we wrote a rap celebrating their marriage. And we performed at the wedding. Like there's like a verse dedicated to each of the people in the matrimony. Unfortunately, they got divorced.
Already?
Yeah, but we won't talk about that because that's not my business to talk about outside of what I've already said. What are people saying about this? I'm scared.
Wait, I thought you were in the middle of a story.
Am I?
Yeah, you did a rap for the people and you performed.
Oh, I was just saying
Was it-
I might show you guys the wedding later. The wedding. I might show you the song that we did for the wedding later.
Ooh.
Is it on YouTube?
It's not on YouTube.
Is it
no.
on your computer?
It's not on my computer, but it's on a website called
Can
Clip.
you post the link in the comments?
I can. I'll try to find it. Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Work on that. We'll
Wait until the end of this so people stick around and don't go watch your rap.
Yeah, they're
We're-
gone.
We're going to be playing some music for you soon. So
yeah,
you better stick
Michelle
around.
has
for
an
that.
incredible voice.
It's alright.
No, it's good. Favorite thing about each other? That's a good question, Emily. Maybe her voice. Top 5 favorite things about you.
I love that you just like don't even care. It seems like you don't really care what anyone thinks that much. You care more about what you think than anyone else thinks, it seems.
About what?
About anything. Seems much more like you care what you think than other people. Other people might, like you might think maybe how are they going to react to this, but it seems like it's mostly your opinion that matters.
Okay, how does that show up in my life, actually?
How do we put this? Like you're not afraid to ask people to do things for you. You're not like afraid to re-record a video because you don't like it. It's not that you think other people won't like it. You think you don't like it.
But I do think other people wouldn't
Yeah,
like it.
but because you don't like it.
Right, because I have a very good gauge of what people will like or not. Also, I mean, I do, because Nathan has mentioned that as well, but I think there's so much nuance that goes into this. I'm not afraid to ask. Jeffrey said how I'm very comfortable to be with in person.
Mhm.
I have honed that skill. I know that if I push people in a conversation, if I tell people what to do, I'm an oldest sister. I know how comfortable that makes people feel. Nobody ever has to watch out for me in a conversation because they already know I'm taking care of myself. On a video, I care the production of it because I want people to have the best experience possible. I mean, I do know it's because I do hate it, but I think my taste is lined up a lot with what other people like. If I'm enamored with what I'm watching on the screen, then other people are going to be as well. So, I mean.
So you think you have a finely calibrated sense of.
I think I'm pretty good with people.
Yeah.
And I think it's been a honed skill because I mean, like I watch Michelle, I study her. Like she's been telling me how she interacts with people in the comments. And I've surrounded myself with people like Michelle the last, I don't know how many years, because I want to be better at exactly what high NE users have that makes them so smooth and so easy to be with, because I wasn't always like that.
She's a smooth criminal.
I'm learning.
We could play that. Yow!
So with you,
Yeah.
I like how our conversations always go crazy.
Yeah, me too.
Like
It's just like I'm at home, and
But he's very honest when he's tired. He's like, "Yo, this has been great, but I gotta go."
yeah, and I think I tend to get tired pretty quickly.
He will say something. I like struggle to say something when I'm feeling tired with a conversation, but we tend to feel tired around the same time. But you're usually the one who says something, so I appreciate that.
Well, there have been times though when like I feel like the second time we talked, maybe you were like, "Are you tired? Are you tired?" And I'm like, "No, I'm totally happy to be talking."
Projection,
a little.
So what do you do if you get tired in a conversation?
I
Talk
just let
until
them keep
8 hours
talking.
have passed until she's collapsing.
If it's like, if I can find a segue to me leaving, I will say something. But I'll let conversations go way longer than I was like had the energy for, and I'll just let them talk.
You're just so nice. You're so adorable. I just think it's just the cutest thing. I want to surround myself with people like this, but I'm sorry. Tell me when you're tired. Sorry for being
I'm
mean.
actually gonna go, so you guys just keep going.
No, shut
I'm
up.
sleeping
You're
on the
staying here.
floor, on the hardwood floor.
No, I feel like I've had my space while I'm here. Like I just kind of leave and do my own thing.
Okay.
You haven't noticed that I just like walk away and do my own thing?
I mean, yeah, it's been very, very, very easy for me, but I figured that was by design on your part.
What, me leaving?
No, it being really easy for me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. I can't find the song, by the way, but if you promise me you'll pin it, I'll find it later.
Oh, I'll pin it, yeah.
What are your thoughts about human comparing to animal? What similarities and differences do you see in behavior between humans and animals?
That's so complicated.
Well, that's a complicated question.
Who said that? You should shame them.
Vasha. Okay, I'm sorry if I butcher your name. Vasha Eremeshvili. Are you Georgian? That sounds like a very Georgian name. Eremeshvili. Is that Georgian? Tell me it's Georgian.
LJ, we have that in common.
So what do you think about humans and animals?
Humans and animals.
I think humans are just big animals. But I think, how do I know? Because Shvili is like the most common Georgian ending of a last name I've ever heard in my life. Buglianishvili, like I know Buglianishvilis. Shvili is just like, I know that's a Georgian name. You can't even hide that.
Magical shrooms. You tell people to shut up.
I'm trying to think. Humans and animals are just so similar, but humans think that we're better than animals is how I think. Because we've advanced to where we have clothing and buildings, so we're so much superior than animals, but it's not true.
But see, I don't think that we're superior to animals.
I think human race thinks they're superior to animals.
If we could steal one superficial attribute from each other, what would it be?
Superficial?
Well, can I take her voice?
That's not superficial. There's depth there. I'm just kidding.
Can I take
You
her
can probably
hair?
take her voice.
I want her hair.
Well, we could trade hair. Your hair has so much more volume than mine.
I would probably trade glasses with Michelle.
My glasses
I'm tired of my
pretty
glasses.
sick.
Yeah.
Okay, they're pretty sweet. What about with her? What
with
would you trade
Lou,
with her?
let's see. I think I would trade personalities. Is that superficial?
I like your tattoo. I'd take your tattoo.
Okay, I'll trade.
You can have my tattoo.
Listen, fun fact. For a long time, I was super jealous that I wasn't an ENTP.
Oh, really?
I was like, if I could be any personality type in the world, I'd want to be an ENTP.
Oh, I'm honored. Really, truly.
Turns out it was an ENFP that I
thought. Turns out I was wrong. I met a
she
few of
wants
them
to
and
be
I
an
was
ENFP.
wrong.
Don't worry.
It's not a joke. It's true. I'll tell you guys about this lady that I actually am modeling my life for. So I clean for a lot of elderly people, and I've talked about this a million times. But so when people hit about 65, there's a big difference between healthy, well-developed 65-year-olds, and I'm even talking physically healthy 65-year-olds, and unhealthy, not well-developed 65-year-olds. The unhealthy 65-year-olds are old. Their life seems like it's over. Well, I have this 75-year-old lady that I clean for. And this lady has a huge garden, a huge pool area. She has more friends. She is so well connected in the community. Everybody loves her. And so my ladies, most of them are retired, and they throw parties like book club parties or bridge parties or Christmas parties, birthday parties, like all these parties that they throw. Most of the parties are usually between 30 and 50 people, but whenever Judy is her name, whenever Judy throws a party, it's always between 80 and 120 people that come. Everybody in the community speaks so highly of her. She's 75 years old. In the morning when I get there, first thing when I get there in the summertime, she's often outside watering her garden. She has music over the speakers. She dances while she's watering her garden. She's an itsy bitsy tiny little lady that plays tennis with like 45-year-old women. She is just so positive all the time. She just doesn't get upset. She's always asking me, hey, do you have enough jobs? Is everything going okay? Do you need me to help you find more jobs? When I split off from my sister-in-laws that I was cleaning with, she helped me get all of my jobs. She is just a darling. She knows that I'm interested in books. She is absolutely who I'm modeling my life after. I thought she was an ENTP for a long time, but I think she's an ENFP. But I would like to be a 75-year-old lady like that. The end.
So, funny story, when she was telling me this story the first time, she was like, so, like, what do you think of an average party? And I'm like, what? 6 to 7 people? She's like, oh.
You have to be a collector of friends for like 75 years and you'll get there.
Yeah, wow. That's crazy.
Right? Are you like 30 to 40 people and then you're like 80 people?
Let's see. Good cleaning hacks. Of course I do. I've got a lot of those.
You should do videos about that.
Yeah, I should. If you've got stainless steel, I've got hacks for that. But the basic hack is just go around the room. Don't go from item of furniture to item of furniture. You make a circle around the room as you're cleaning it.
Right, Erin, I relate.
What did Erin say?
2 to 3 people is a normal party. I relate.
That's pretty close for me.
It's a pretty good size. That's an appropriate size.
I think, yeah, after 10, like 10 is pushing it. I'm pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, there's a lot of people in my house. Like, my house is full. I don't have enough room for all this. I'm uncomfortable.
She's the person that one of my ladies had, her husband died, and Judy is friends with her, and Mary just kept asking Judy to be with her on every occasion because Mary was like, Judy's one of those people that to have in a gathering makes everyone feel comfortable and everything runs smoothly. And so, yeah, Judy had to be at everything that went on with that funeral and everything. And when I went to the viewing, I wanted to stay by Judy's side because I knew, like, I was feeling awkward and weird. She just makes everything better.
Sheila, that sounds amazing. Swing your partner around and round. Can we square dance? I would love to.
Where do you see Sheila's comment? I don't see. Oh.
You've never been to a party, Matthew? You're not missing out on much. Except you could be, because some parties are baller.
Where's Nathan?
I know, Nathan's missing out.
Come here.
Where's my phone? I'll message.
Oh yeah, he's not. Did he go to bed already?
I mean, it is like 4 a.m. there.
And
you guys don't know Sheila, but she joined the Objective Personality Facebook group.
Oh, nice.
She's such a sweetheart, and she like posted a video. She just seems like such an awesome person. So
I know her.
I wanted to take a moment to do a shout out to Sheila.
I know you, Sheila. I watched. She did a video.
Oh, she did a video on her channel.
If you provide a square dance costume, I'll wear it. True stories.
Are there costumes?
Sheila's one of those adorable people.
Dear, you know, it seems like a lot. It seems like some craziness, but when you actually get behind the scenes and really learn it, it's a lot more clear than it seems. I think it's a really strong theory. I'm sure I would.
Ooh, I like LJ's
ooh,
question.
Me too.
LJ, you are bringing value.
For me, I feel like my friendships are pretty low effort. Like maybe up front, like establishing takes like, I don't know, like maybe daily contact or maybe like a couple times a week, you have a pretty extensive interaction. But then after that, I feel like the friendships I build have longevity and like there's an understanding that even if we're not always talking, we can always come back to each other. Like lately, you and I haven't really talked, but now we're hanging out. So it's like,
Yeah, I felt like I was neglecting our friendship.
Me too, actually.
I'm sorry.
Apology accepted.
Reconciling in real time.
Let me read her party. How much effort and time do you think is required? For me, effort I think is the wrong word. I think if you're with friends and you become friends with something, effort is something that kind of like disappears. Like the whole time I've been with both of these guys, it feels like almost no effort is going into it. It feels very natural and easy. And that's how it's been like the entire time I've talked with either of you. It's been really easy. But we've gotten deep and we've trusted each other and we've gone into deeper conversation than I've gone with a lot of people because I feel comfortable sharing those things with you. And I feel like I can trust you with that information. And I feel like you can trust me with the same depth of information. So that's how I kind of treat friendships and relationships. How deep can we go? Because if effort is in the relationship, then it's one-sided.
Yeah. Well, I think that depends how deep a friendship I have with people, because I have friends that are very distant friends. So it's not those don't take much time. I don't have to worry about trusting them. I mean, those are just at a distance. If you come into my life, I'm happy to see you. If you're not, I don't worry about it. But then like the closer you get, the more comfortable. Like this week, Michelle and I have shared a lot of things about our lives that we feel more vulnerable about. And so there's a deeper friendship there than before this week. And we shared experiences. And so before we met, I considered her a friend for sure. I liked her a lot. But now since we've met, I trust her more and I like her even more. And so it's a different level of friendship. And I think that's how I go about all my friendships. It's just different levels. How about you, LJ? How do you develop? Do you have a system that you use?
I'd be interested to know.
Hierarchy.
LJ, I am doing, we might have to do something in the future. I have something I need.
Love to see you guys.
I have something I need an INTJ for.
Yes. And LJ doesn't live that far from you.
Really?
She lives only a couple states away. I'm just saying. She lives in the South.
Where does she live?
Florida.
Ooh. What part of Florida?
That I don't know. Florida's a pretty darn big state, you guys. It's one of the biggest ones. Florida, Texas, and California are like some of the biggest states in the country.
Yeah, I went to Florida with my family last year, the year before. When was like the big, crazy hurricane?
Last year.
Last year?
No, it was 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago.
Yeah, we went there, but we were like 9 hours away from the actual damage zone, and everybody was like, "Jeffrey, are you okay?" I'm like, it's actually a really big state.
Yeah, I'm on the other corner of the state. Don't worry. Oh, West Palm. Ooh, you live with all the retired people, eh?
Nathan is awake. He read my message. He's not on live though.
Yeah, I saw your snaps, Aaron. Were you at Disneyland? Because I thought that's what I saw. In which case, I'm super jealous. I want to go to Harry Potter World.
Magical shrooms. That's now your responsibility. If you're an adult, you're responsible for yourself. Parents can't save you now.
You went to Harry Potter World? I'm so jealous. I want to get a wand.
Because there's only one right there.
Oh yeah, Erin, I think went really recently. She talked about it
this weekend.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, we just like started talking, and we both decided to go to vacation at the same time. and I was going to Nashville, and she was gonna go to Orlando. So the timing, we just both happen to be going on vacation at the same time.
Well, if she comes back in time, she can see you off at the airport.
Right? Want to meet me at the airport and we can get coffee? If you want to get up that early, I'm down.
Jeffrey, I feel like you should tell us a story now.
What do you want to hear about? I got a whole bag of stories.
Ooh, tell us about your worst breakup.
No. No. Maybe not that one.
Then you have to. Then you have to pick if you're not going to do what I say.
I can tell you about the first time I threw up while drinking. I feel like that's a pretty good story.
That's classy.
Okay.
It's tonight. No, okay. So it's a pretty good story, but it's also like a little degrading of myself, but I don't give a crap. I was in college, but I was back home for Christmas break, and I was hanging out with all the kids in high school who were already really, like, even in high school, they were already drinking and they were wild, but I didn't start until I was 21. Like, I was...
Oh, you were good.
I was good in that respect. And I was at this party. Everybody was going hog wild, and I was like, I'm going to prove myself. I'm going to show that I can drink just like anybody who's been drinking since they were 16 years old.
Yeah, that'll work.
And this was a New Year's party. It was like a semi-formal event, so everybody's like wearing really nice like dresses and shirts. And I blacked out at one point. I don't remember any of this, but apparently while I was blacked out, this one guy that I hadn't seen in years came up to me and he was like, "Hey, Jeffrey, it's good to see you. Oh, you look like you don't feel so good. You look like you have like the magma, the volcanic magma just rumbling in your stomach." And I was like, "I gotta go." So I started running. And as I was running out of this house, a girl was coming in simultaneously. And I just projectile vomited all over her really nice dress. And all of these, I'm from Western North Carolina, and there are a lot of like good old boys there. And a few of these good old boys were like, "Man, if he wasn't so messed up, we'd kick his ass."
Well, good thing you were fucked up.
And I was like, if I wasn't so messed up, I probably wouldn't have puked on this girl. And so my friends had to like protect me and shield me from their wrath, but it was a good night.
So even then you were being clever.
And it ended with one part that I forgot to mention is when we got to this party, my friend Thaddeus said, "Jeffrey's never thrown up from drinking."
Manifestation story. 100%.
And what way?
The Magnum.
Oh,
I
for sure. Yeah. When we got to the party, my friend Thad was like, "Jeffrey's never thrown up. The day he throws up is the day he dies." And then I threw up. And then, like, apparently I was, like, passed out on a couch. And this kid who looked exactly like Snoop Dogg and sounded exactly like Snoop Dogg found me, just collapsed. And he was like, "Hey, yo, I think your friend's dead." But I wasn't dead. I was okay. I'm still here today, so I'm happy to be here. That's my story.
Great.
Yeah.
I've only thrown up, like, 2 times, so...
In your
from
life?
drinking,
Okay.
from drinking. Yeah.
I've only thrown up once from drinking.
Yeah.
And it'll never happen again.
People are like, "Oh my God, I didn't know he had it in him."
So to not throw up while you're drinking, don't drink too fast, and don't have food that you're mildly intolerant to while you're heavily drinking. Drinking 101.
Solid advice. I like it.
Drink water while you're drinking.
Listen, these two people have some really nice skills. Shall we share them with you?
Oh gosh.
Uh-oh.
Do you guys want to sing for us? Do you want to sing
We'll do
for us
something.
and play?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Alrighty.
A little something. A little.
Oh,
something.
Michelle has had posted a song on her channel not too long ago, and I listened to the song probably about 5 times within an hour of her posting it. She's got a gorgeous voice, so you guys are in for a treat.
So I'm just going to be pretending to strum in the background while she's
perfect. Make it look good. You can be there for visual visual support. Don't drink sweet tea and peach rum. Actually, that sounds delicious.
But I can see how that could lead to
Ooh, yeah.
Delicious but dangerous.
Yeah, delicious but dangerous, to be sure.
Where's Tim?
He said, tell us your alcohol story,
Tim.
Michelle. Like you don't know, Tim. Play it off cool.
Tim, why don't you tell us?
Yeah, you, Tim, tell us your greatest drinking story. Probably better than mine.
I feel like, sorry, is he watching now?
Yeah.
I'm not paying attention. I'm trying to like follow so many different threads at the same time. I feel like we should answer Emily's question about the most out of character thing that we've all done, and then we should do music.
You go first.
I
I
have
haven't
to
think
had.
about that.
I definitely know what's the most out of character to me.
Okay.
For me, I'm not like Fabio or anything, right? Obviously. But this one time I went to, again, a party, and I saw a girl that I hadn't seen in a long time, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, Jeffrey." I was living in North Carolina, but I was back in my college town visiting, and she was like, "Oh my God, Jeffrey, you're here. Who picked you up?" And I said, "I picked myself up like this." And I scooped her into my arms, and she was like, "Oh my God." And she like looked at her friends, and she kept trying to corner me the entire night afterwards. And I was like, I didn't know I had this kind of power.
Those girls.
You should do that more often.
I don't think I should scoop people up. I think that was a mistake.
Michelle, you have nothing?
Most I've done plenty of things that are out of character, but like that I can remember on the spot is hard.
What is out of character is my question. I mean,
like, have you ever done anything and then you're like, whoa, that wasn't me. Like, that's not what I think I am. Like, you've surprised yourself even.
It's like I know that I have, and I know that I have plenty of these feelings, but I can't think of a specific instance right now.
That's okay. The most out of character thing she's ever done is not know what to say as an ENFP.
You guys are witnessing it in live
in real time.
Same. So you just witnessed our most out of character moments.
There you've had it.
Do people act out of character when they are drunk? I just get more impatient and more rude.
When I get drunk, I just get nicer. I think I just get nicer.
That's out of character because you're mean as a snake.
I am a jerk.
I get more fun and more probably not more fun to the people around me, but I just take up more space in the world. So
she is against dancing in public even when she's drunk.
Yeah, you can tell that story.
I tried to get her to dance. Even I was dancing and she was not.
Well, I tell people I don't dance. I genuinely do not. I don't have it in me. I don't know how. I'm just super awkward when I drink, so I don't do it. Okay. You guys want to sing?
I suppose so.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Good night, Erin. You should watch it later. We're going to have some music.
Yeah, we're going to do something.
Oh, Tim, is Brandon watching too? He's never... Well, he's probably heard me playing while you guys were playing games, but...
Okay, shall we set it up just like we did earlier with
however
Nathan?
You like it.
Okay. Yeah. Do you need this book? I'll prop that up on something else.
It doesn't have the lyrics or anything. It just had like a set list that I probably won't go with. Can you guys hear the guitar get well enough? E minor, C, D.
That's a classic progression.
It's the easiest progression out there. just waiting.
Are you playing one of your songs now? Is that a progression from one of your songs?
From my first ever. That's like the chorus.
It's also a progression from two of my very favorite songs. Earth Angel also has that progression. Earth Angel, Earth Angel, and so on and so forth. And the aeroplane over the sea by Neutral Milk Hotel is also the same chord progression.
It's pretty classic.
It's really, yeah, it's one of my favorites. Hard to argue. This one.
Huh? Is it too loud?
Yeah, everybody's saying that.
Oh. That's why I wanted to play before we actually played.
We'll just get very far away.
My voice is loud. I can't see the comments at all, so I'm letting you guys know that now. So Luba's gonna have to translate the comments. Some of my songs are more picky though. Is that okay?
Is this better?
Now I'm judging on my music.
Tim says it's just a little better. Do they need to move back a little bit further, Tim? You know what we could do? We could have you guys playing in the living room.
I'm not gonna. Well, I can stand and play.
Just move into the living room. It'll be a pretty background too.
I don't ever play while standing, so this will be an experience.
Well, we can move the chair in there.
Okay, now I'm just getting this all twisted. Okay, all I've done is sufficiently twisted.
I don't know what I'm doing. Do they know that? People understand that I don't know what I'm doing?
No, people have really high expectations of you, so better get it together.
Is that better?
Oh, that's pretty. Tim, is that better?
Oh, no.
You're too close.
Oh, Jesus. I think I broke this chair. No, I didn't.
Okay, Tim says play.
Is that good? Is it good? So should I start with the song you like?
Yeah, I'll go with your original song.
May I have
Well,
a
what
hint
song?
about the chords?
This one changes a lot.
That's okay. I'll just be here.
It starts in G, and then A minor, D, G, A minor, E minor, D.
Alright.
You just
I'm
go.
just gonna watch you and see what happens.
Okay, I'll turn a little bit so you can see. Alright guys, I'm going to play a song for you that is one of the first songs I ever wrote, and it really means a lot to me. So I hope that you guys can hear me and what I'm saying, as well as enjoy the music with me. And I hope that I play it well for you guys, because I'm a little anxious playing for, I don't even know how many people are still here. A lot.
And I don't even know the song, so you have to feel good compared to me.
Except it's not your song, so you don't have to feel bad about knowing it. When you lose yourself completely, who will be there to find you? Oh, I watch as you cry to yourself, making me feel so bad. Meadows smelling around you, swallowing you whole. Sweet fragrances the air, and still you hold your breath. What you see will not deceive you. Open up and let it in when you find yourself so happy. Who'll be there to hurt you? Oh, I watch as you smile back at me. Starting to feel so good. Feel as all you love will be becoming part of you. Let it sweep you up and carry you on. Don't be afraid of what it tells you. Just stand up and follow well. You will see your life and there you'll find yourself completely. You will be here to love us. So you watch as we smile back at you. The beginnings of something yeah. Can you guys hear what I'm saying?
They said it's a little blurry. But they said the audio, it sounds really pretty, but the audio is a little blurry. So it might not be. I don't know. Tim Carr, is there anything we can do for this? The audio being blurry?
It could just be the computer and I sing too loud.
Oh, they're clapping. Her voice is stunning.
Right?
You play guitar so nice. Makes me feel like all my time spent investing that I've gotten nowhere.
No.
Carr, do you know what it is? That the audio is not great?
It's just the way the mic is in the room
So we'd have to just be more strategic about setting up the audio.
I thought about where's that other mic that might.
Oh, it's right. Oh, it's in the bedroom. I'll run go get it.
Play guitar while we wait. He's got some skills that I don't have.
Michelle, will you sing for 1 second and see if it's better?
Okay. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. I hope that's enough. Tell us, it's delayed. So.
Is it? I think Tim said, "Yep, way better." Okay.
Oh,
Yay. Okay. Good. We've got a good mic here. Thanks,
okay,
Car.
good.
Do you need your phone?
So, for those of you guys who know what FI is, my lyrics aren't great for some of my other songs because they're very FI. So, you know, they're about myself and my feelings. So, you know, you can think about them what you will, but they're the only songs I know. So, I got.
Tim says you guys can move closer.
Oh.
Yes, close.
Hi. Okay, I can kind of see the comments now. Just make sure you don't bump into me. Maybe you should.
Oh, Jesus.
That's your, yeah, that's your legs. Doing well. Here.
I'm going down. I'm sorry.
I wish I could play some pretty guitar like
I got the chair. I moved Michelle on. So it's all good.
Hey, I can play bass a little bit. Not that well. I can play bass better than I can play guitar. Oh yeah. Because the bass is simple. It's just about rhythm, which, I mean, I don't feel like I have the best rhythm.
But some bass players are like slapping that mofo and doing a lot
I'm
of crazy
not a Victor Wooten, okay? I can't be Victor Wooten.
impressive.
He has been playing the bass since he was a child. So I'm trying to think what I should play next. I feel like I'm judging all my songs really harshly, but hopefully you guys will just
Don't do all that.
enjoy my music.
Oh, the capo. Gosh dang. Second fret. Second fret.
C, F, C, C, F, C, E. It doesn't go in exactly that order the whole time, but that's like the key.
That's a good start.
I wrote this song for Timmy, who's in the comment section.
Shout out.
I can't talk and play at the same time, so don't judge the rhythm. I am not completely honest with you. I am not completely honest with me. I say that it's fine because I want it to be so. I tell myself that it's fine because it should be, but it's not. Should I say everything I don't like? always do, and it's effortless. But my opinion changes 20 times a day, depending on the weather or the time of the year, and I can't decide. I let things build up, thinking I can deal with them, 'cause they're stupid little things, and they shouldn't bother me, yet they still do. Should I say everything I don't like? You always do, and it's effortless. But my opinion changes 20 times a day, depending on the weather or the time of the year, and I can't decide. There are things that I want you to do, but I don't want to tell you what to do. I want you to do them 'cause you want to, not because I tell you to or force you, 'cause it's not my choice. I let things build up, thinking I can deal with them, 'cause they're stupid little things, and they shouldn't bother me, yet they still do. I want you to know everything I want. I do not want to say it out loud, but I know I need to say it out loud for you to know. to be more honest. I will try to speak my mind. Oh, I will try to be more honest. Oh, I will try. So he's doing a great job keeping up. Can we just like applause for Jeffrey real fast?
It's a great song.
I don't know how you keep up. Like I do random changes.
No, I feel like it makes sense. No.
Okay,
Sense, yeah.
good.
I like that.
Timmy set you apart.
Aw, Timmy. That song's for you, baby.
Jess says you have to sing all your comments from now on.
Oh, do I? That's some pressure.
That's actually not a bad idea for like a weekly segment where you sing your comments. Just like
Actually,
pick the ones that you really like.
that would be such an easy video to make. Okay, Jess, I'll do that. I'll try. I think that could be fun.
Tim says to play the part.
Okay, I want to sing that one, so that's exciting. So this one doesn't have normal chords.
Okay.
It's just
Okay, I'm almost there.
well, it doesn't go that fast, but those are the chords, and then. All right, guys, and yeah. He sneaks in through the bar from the back. No one even notices the thwack of the door slamming shut. The music's too loud, and he smiles from the back of the crowd. The strobes are flashing red, blue, and green. He dances through everyone unseen. His scales and his razor, sharp to the smile, are just some other sparkly sights. Serenity is dancing with her friends. Hope, faith, humility, and friend. He opens his mouth and nobody cares, 'cause they're dancing and hopping to the beat. He clenches his jaw around her cheek. Serenity lets out an awful screech. Hope falls down, humility cries, and friend rides away. Faith stands still, looks him in the eye. She knows that it is not her time to die. He finishes his prayer and then he runs away, back through the door from which he came. See you in a while, crocodile. See you in a while, crocodile. Woo.
You know, that was the end, right?
That
I like
one.
that. That's a fun
That's
song.
a classic.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones I haven't played on my channel yet, because I'm still working on the lyrics a little bit. What could
Tim, ask him if he has any other suggestions.
Yeah, Tim, do you have any other suggestions? You know my songs better than better than anyone else. Probably not better than I do.
LJ says, Michelle, the world is your oyster. Your voice is absolutely taking you out of the atmosphere.
Oh my god.
I tell you, you need to use your voice more.
I'm scared.
Don't do any more of the miming videos. You do too many mute videos.
I need to stop
your
just
voice.
being quiet in my videos.
Tim says he doesn't know them by name.
Okay, well. Yes. I am trapped by my reality, tangled in a nest of pleasure and pain. I love everything about it, tantalizing me, quantifying me, asserting a purpose. I am lost in my illusions, constricted by the lies, restricted by the lies around me. I can see clearly. I long to feel the good and the bad, the good, the bad. All I see convinces me I'm a solid of a flesh, stagnant in control, but it's not true. It's not true, but I love to feel. I love to feel. I love to feel I see convinces me I'm a solid lump of flesh and stagnant control. I'm sweating. I'm just lighting stuff.
LJ said, let's see. And seriously, the last person I said that to is now performing for literally thousands of people in Australia every week. So I'm not just kidding your horn.
You gotta move to Australia.
I gotta move
That's a
to
takeaway.
Tim, you and I are moving to Australia. It's decided.
Remember me? That's where it all started.
Oh,
You know you're good whenever you actually him to come out.
I know, he came out and is watching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's my kick
I feel like I've played all my best songs, but I have another song. from here, not long forgotten, dear. I still remember you used to take me along with you to the store, to the court. I was stuck to you like glue, stuck like glue. When we were younger, you used to try to teach me to play the games you liked, like basketball and lacrosse, but I was never as good as you were. You skateboarded all around while I struggled to keep up. You laughed at me and my scraped knees, and I just laughed along with you. I long from here, I long forgotten, dear. I still remember you play guitar all the time, and I asked you to teach me to. You tried, I tried, and we both failed, but I put all the blame on you. When we got older, you opened up to me about a family, the pain you felt, and the abuse that no one ever should endure. You needed help, I didn't know how to help you, so I became angry with you. So angry that I didn't talk to you. For years I was pissed off at all you'd done wrong, that I forgot who you were. You were my only brother. From here, no longer forgotten, dear. I still remember you. From here, not long forgotten, dear. I still remember you. I'm trying to think. What did you say?
I don't sing and play. It's too much.
I can play a one more song. Okay, this one's weird too.
Okay.
But it's pretty much the same chords all the way through.
Okay.
It is just.
Does it have a name?
No. I just came up with it. It's just opposite. mirror of attachment goes beyond what you think. My shield is fortune, laughter, and smiles. The friends I let close know all there is about me, and they might even have seen me cry. But best friends come and best friends go, but I never let them close enough to know me. I keep them at an arm's length. Oh, I try and I fail to let them in. I give them my love for all that it is worth, but I cannot accept that they would give it back. I'll hide in my cave and I'll await the day they give up. Cause best friends come and best friends go, and I never let them close enough to know me. I keep them at an arm's length. Oh, I try and I fail to let them in. Casual friends, that's what I am best at. Alike on Facebook, a quick emoticon, never expecting response or reply. But why should I when I hide in my cave and I await the day they give up? 'Cause they'll give up, they always do. 'Cause best friends come and best friends go, but I never let them close enough to know me. I keep them at an arm's length. Oh, I try and fail to let them in. Best friends come and best friends go, but I don't want them to. You gotta have that extra chord at the end.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Exactly. That's the point of it. There you go. It's supposed to sound fun at the end.
Oh yeah, Tim had a suggestion. What was it?
Say it again, Tim. You don't pop up eventually.
Cultural melanoma.
I can't play. I don't have a play for that song, Tim.
I mean, it's a good one, but
It's
a little
it's a three-part
unconventional.
acapella song.
Yeah.
that I wrote.
we've got at least 3 people here.
Car sings.
Car, you're on the spot. That song is not for fun.
It's a deep cut. It's a B-side for the true fans.
It's not here. It's in my way. I feel like I have other songs that aren't at the point where I can play them.
Sam says it was a joke.
I figured as much. Oh, go on with that.
You want to do Crazy Train? Ozzy Osbourne?
I don't know any of the words.
Crazy, that's how it goes.
Crazy! Yeah.
I don't even know what this thing is that I'm playing right now.
This thing? A guitar?
Guitar? A guitar?
Guitar.
Ooh. Guitarra.
Guitarra.
I can't do the R. I can't roll the R.
In German, it would be like rolling.
I have to like, yeah, you have to swallow a fly.
Yeah.
It's all a matter of circumstance.
Yeah, exactly.
You're performing monkeys. Don't know what to do anymore.
So wait, are we all out of songs?
We might be.
I mean, I could try to play those covers that I played earlier, but you know how those came out.
People are loving it.
I can't read anything, so.
How many people are watching?
Taylor, that's Car. The person in the socks.
The person in the
Because-
socks.
Who's the guy in the sax? Oh, hey, Ryan.
Keep playing until we're tired. This is pretty. So I told them they're basically just playing for me.
I'm her play slave.
Mm.
Musical play slave.
Taylor says he's screenshotting like crazy. Car. Well, Car's reading the comments, Taylor, so you can just tell him.
I don't know. I know the chords, but I don't know the song.
What do we do?
I'm gonna play the LaRue song I played earlier. Okay. And hopefully not butcher it this time.
You're gonna be step away from the restroom.
He's leaving me. How am I gonna play? How am I gonna make up for my guitar skills without someone who's better?
I can hold it and look like I'm doing something.
I like that idea.
I don't
half the time. That's what I was doing. Just strumming when I didn't want to sing.
Am I holding it right?
Am I holding it right? That's debatable, but you're a little close to me. You're gonna remember.
Well, Jeffrey wasn't on camera all the time, and I want to look professional.
Oh, then I can move.
No, you're fine. You're good.
No.
Stay.
I'm just gonna turn it.
What am I doing wrong?
Okay, so this is a cover. You guys might know it's a LaRue song called Infant Kill. It's one of the few covers I actually know. And there's a reason I don't learn covers, because I can't memorize the lyrics. Which you might be like, how can you memorize your own lyrics? Well, the thing is, when I write my own lyrics, I write them down and I've created them. So there's some like meaning behind creating them. But yeah. Well, that's we can fight our desires. But when we start making fires, we get ever so hot. Ooh. Whether we like it or not. They say we can love who we trust. Ooh. love without love. Two hearts in accurate devotion. Ooh, what a feeling's without emotion. I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for the thrill. I'm hoping you'll understand. And I'll let go of my hand. I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. I'm hoping you'll understand. And I'll let go of my hand. I hang my hopes out on the line. And I'll be ready for you in time. If you leave them out too long, they'll be withered by the sun. Full stops and exclamation marks. Ooh, my answer's over before I start. How far can you send emotion? Oh, can these feelings crush the ocean? I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. I'm hoping you'll understand, and I'll let go of my hand. I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. I'm hoping you'll understand, and I'll let go of my hand. Let's go to peace. Let's be cold and creative. I am in darkness we can't see. And you're not blinded by the light from me. I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. I'm hoping you'll understand, and I'll let go of my hand. I can't play that song very well. I don't know. Huh? Oh, good. Yeah. I messed up a few times. I hope you guys. I'm guessing you guys didn't notice as much as I noticed.
Continue on. Is there anything else? Oh, thank you.
And I know one other cover, guys, but I can try to play better than I did earlier.
What is it?
The flight whisper. And it's just D. I don't know. I think it's D, E, G, A minor.
E or E minor?
E minor. Okay, well, I got this. dive into deep for the coins, all of your straight light eyes, wide on my plastic toys, and when the cops close the fair, I cut my long baby hair, stole me a dog-eared nap, and called for you everywhere. Have I found you, flightless bird, sleeping, or found you, American malvictim. Now I'm a fat house cat, looking my sore blood tongue, watching the warm poison rats missing, curled through the wide fence cracks, pissing on magazines, photos of fishing lures, thrown in the cold and clean blood of Christ mountain stream. Have I found you, flightless bird, brown hair bleeding, or lost you, American mouth, victim, stop going down. And that's ending.
Those lyrics are really weird. I never realized until I looked at them.
The lyrics that pulled up were the wrong lyrics.
I know, like, it's not Big Bill, it's Big Pill.
Big Pill, Flightless Bird, that one was wrong too. It's some of the lyrics were wrong, and I'm sorry. I just read what I saw because I got nervous because I didn't know the lyrics. Do you want to try to play a song?
Goodness, no. You're the star of this show. I'm just here. Look pretty.
Well, you're doing a good job, so keep that up. Distract them from my guitar playing. Appreciate that.
Tim says that the guitar quality, the sound quality.
Oh yeah, that's a good plan. Blame the sound quality.
He said the guitar sound quality is just that the vocals sound good.
Okay.
So just keep singing. And he also says, who is that amazingly talented sweetheart with the purple hair?
Aw, team.
I didn't think the purple was visible, but I'll take it. It's really faint.
She seems nervous. She shouldn't be. She has an American book.
Are you watching with Brandon right now?
Brandon's actually the one leaving comments.
Oh, that would make sense.
Probably you got something more.
I have my notebook of songs. I'll grab that. We'll see. Oops.
Tim says, damn Jeffrey, I'm still waiting for the vocals.
Come on, I put some quiet vocals out there. Some silent harmonies.
Tim said no, he passed out and never came over.
Oh, no, that's too bad.
There's quite a few people just hanging out jamming with us.
That's good.
Yeah.
I just have randomly, like, mostly unfinished songs. But we can play a song that I wrote a while ago that I was really proud of when I wrote it, and now I don't feel like writing on it. But
That's very brave of you.
huh?
I said that's very brave of you.
Hey, we're running out of content. What is the?
Babe, would it be inappropriate for you to pump my neck on camera? Right down right here. Get it back.
Can you do that? It's like C. E minor. It's like the fifth and the third. No, the G. It's basically C, E, A minor, G. Computer's one.
Is it A minor? Is that the other one?
Yeah.
Okay.
The weird one is just A minor.
Oh, is it
Yeah, I just am playing it weird.
like that? Yeah. I like it. Sounds
Okay.
good. Let's do it.
I know, I don't. I got in a phase where I was like, I'm gonna learn how to play weird things on my guitar. I find myself behind a fog of insecurity and humility. Nobody knows what I want, but I don't even know myself. I haven't even asked. Every thought is brought under fire by my ideas of right and wrong. I haven't quite decided, and I don't know where to start. Nobody tells you how hard it is to be an adult and make adult choices with no one to tell you you're wrong. My God, it's so hard, so much compelling evidence to prove me wrong and prove me right. How am I to know? How am I to show confidence when everybody's trying to assert their advice? I think that's a potato. Well, isn't that a potato? Well, I think that's a tomato. I'd say as I point to the red shiny veggie, or is it a fruit? Well, I can't remember, but they can remember every single freaking detail like the back of their hand. But I'm not so sure how are they so sure? How are they so sure? That's an old song. It's
really much different from doing this because I don't know the chords as well. So it's even harder.
Most of my songs.
Why did you bring it if you weren't going to play it?
Because I didn't originally think that I was going to bring my guitar. So it was just part of the plan. And I didn't know if there would be something here, so I was actually thinking that Michelle would play the guitar, and I might tinker with that.
Oh.
Yeah. You guys like Cody and Camden?
I wish I could read these comments. It's so hard to read.
What?
I can't read anything that they're saying. I don't know. I just know how to sing that song. And then I just have a bunch of half-finished songs, and I don't really feel like playing half-finished songs.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see Tim having any more suggestions. You have nothing else?
I know, Tim. What the heck? If I can find the right guitar tabs for the one other cover I know.
Which one's that?
Cat Stevens, Sing Out.
Tim asked, why did you all get into personality together?
Tim? What's that?
I'm just a viewer.
I'm sure he knows your answer. What's my answer? I don't know. Well, honestly, I guess I first heard of it because my psychology teacher made us take the test, but I wasn't particularly interested in it at the time. I don't think I actually became invested in it until I started wanting to be something other than what I was, like to just be aware of like, well, Carl Jung said that if you don't make the unconscious conscious, then it rules your life. So it's kind of like something to throw your personality at, and then you kind of see what sticks, what doesn't stick. You then become aware of all of the opposites that you kind of take for granted. Like, I didn't even know that other people functioned the opposite way that I do, or to the way that I do. So it just kind of like expanded my understanding of what was like possible for a human being, and I didn't feel as trapped in like my habitual ways of being in the world. So yeah, that's why I became interested in it. I think just opened up my eyes to all of the different ways you can be.
What about you?
What got me into the personality thing? I don't know if I can hear when you come back there. Yeah.
My bad. I have a
Do we
tendency
want
of
to move
doing
the party
that.
into the living room?
Yeah, we should. I think we'll probably.
Miss Kitty took my chair. Well. Kitty, do you want to run the live stream?
Can you? No, she is not feeling like she should be in charge here. I don't disagree. Kitty. You want to move so we can put the camera? That's not okay with you. Yeah, and we can keep track of Very good.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of a headache.
Hey, Dr. Hayden.
These comments are kind of random.
Yeah, they're having like a full-fledged conversation here.
I appreciate that.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I feel like we have given you guys a lot
Quite the show.
tonight.
Quite the show, yeah.
The show. And since Jeffrey's refusing to get out,
It's not gonna be any different if I did.
Ukulele has a very good sound.
Okay.
You can just play it lightly in the background.
hey, go ahead. If you've not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I'm gonna post. We're gonna do a live stream on her channel tomorrow and his channel tomorrow. So I'll post the links in my community tab. And so yeah, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you will get notifications when we're going live. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'm sure you guys have enjoyed this as much as I have.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And I popped my link down in the chat if you guys are interested.
I'll pin. Oh well, you can comment when I end the video.
And I put it in the chat too.
Now that Jeffrey's here, we're gonna end the chat.
Thanks for waiting.
Thanks for watching. Waiting for it to sit long.
see.
Nice, DR. Thanks for that. I always appreciate the sponsorship of the follow.